highway to hell. We're on the highway to hell. Welcome everybody to another live episode of Savage Cash. Here with me, Suppoman, your superhero of cryptocurrency. In today's video, I am going to be telling you about a particular platform that absolutely sucks in the whole cryptocurrency game and let you know really what's happening in the background to solve that problem, because it's a humongous problem. Essentially, this platform hates you, but we'll talk more about that later in this episode. So if you're excited to hear about what's happening in cryptocurrencies today, what is driving up the prices of certain cryptocurrencies, then essentially smash up the like button. Give us a like smash, essentially. In fact, I will join you when I see that I am actually live. Like smashed. So, Mexico. So what's happening today? We have got a market cap that is still unbelievably high. 631 billion market cap. Just gets bigger and bigger. The market grows ever more every day. Now, Bitcoin, as you will have probably seen in the last 24 hours, has been going through a pretty tough time. It's had some horrendous dips. It's gone right down to the low 16,000s. In fact, I think it was probably at the top of 15,000. It's really gone down, whilst Bitcoin Cash is absolutely smashing it. Why? Well, unless you've been kind of living under a rock, this is the reason why. Coinbase, the #1 fiat gateway and basic wallet, where essentially most of the kind of newbies in cryptocurrency come to in order to buy Bitcoin with their fiat money, they have added Bitcoin Cash, as I imagined they would. They are expected to add some more, which I dare say is a big reason why Dash has gone up to $1,500. Unbelievable. It's almost gone up a whole 50%, I suppose, in just the last... My maths is terrible, by the way. But in just the last couple of days, it went over 1,000. Now it's $1,500. And then we've got Bitcoin Gold as well, making a huge resurgence. Now over $450. Monero, another one that is rumoured to be going on Coinbase. That has gone up to now $400. So a lot of the big... kind of top 10, top 15 cryptocurrencies are being invested in the anticipation it may be added to Coinbase, and also probably some stuff happening in their various coins. I'm not really in the top 10 coins because other than Bitcoin, I tend to go into the smaller altcoins, as you know. So, with regards to Bitcoin Cash, this is obviously absolutely smashing it. There's a little spike right here just before it actually did get added to Coinbase, which people speculate are actually Bitcoin Cash staff and potentially Charlie Lee. Now, if you look on Charlie Lee's Twitter today, Charlie Lee, who's the founder of Litecoin, he has been accused, basically, of insider knowledge and trading on insider knowledge. And so today he's done a very, very admirable thing, I suppose. He's actually sold all of his Litecoin. He sold it because he doesn't want people to think that he is, pumping up the price of Litecoin. He's a very established personality, one of the big personalities in cryptocurrency right now. He's got a ton of followers on Twitter. He's really emerged as like a Vitalik Buterin, Roger Ver-esque kind of status. And so everybody's a big spotlight on him. And so he's decided to essentially sell his Litecoin so that it can't be said that he's trying to get rich off his own pumps by constantly, shilling Litecoin, which is his coin at the end of the day. So he's kind of just sold it, taken it out of his own pocket and put it back into his own pocket. It's all very weird. But anyway, yes. So that, I think, has made people's confidence in Litecoin go down, because this has dropped $10 in just the last few moments. Now onto the nub, because I don't want to take too long, guys. I normally take ages. I have 40-minute streams, 40 minutes to an hour streams, and I want to cut it down to size. So let's get into the nub of this video today. Okay, so we are going to talk about Coinbase. And the reason why I'm talking about Coinbase is because this has been a big pain in my arse, and I imagine for a lot of people's arses, for the last few months, depending on when you entered cryptocurrency and if you can actually use Coinbase or not. I did this kind of flash poll on my Twitter page. It's at 422 votes. 82% hate Coinbase, 18% love it. Now, in my personal opinion, Coinbase has always been the only option, for me to be able to get Bitcoin with fiat currency. So, if you haven't had many issues dealing with it, you buy your Bitcoin and you've got it and then you can send it to an exchange. Of course, you've got no reason to hate it. But the time comes when you essentially have to cash out, and when you do buy little bits of cryptocurrency, not necessarily huge amounts, that the transaction fees are enormous, and when you are cashing out, they take at least 1%. So if you are cashing out $1 million from Coinbase, they take away essentially $10,000 minimum away from you, just like that. Okay, and they do it with all of the cryptocurrencies, and there are many problems with Coinbase. Therefore, a huge majority hate Coinbase, and I put effing hate it just to, I suppose, deliver the sense of rawness when it comes to people's dislike for it. Okay, so this is the kind of thing that you would usually see on Coinbase. Partially degraded service, transactions not being sent, our team is investigating. Sometimes you go on Coinbase and the site is just down. And then other times when you're trying to buy Bitcoin, they take away a huge percentage of how much you've bought. If you buy small figures like $50 or $20 or even $100, they take away quite a lot. They take away sometimes 10%, if not more. And you really notice those chunks being taken away from you. And essentially, it leads one to the conclusion that Coinbase is really not for the people, but it's the only option. And one thing that I want to really bring to you is in my cryptocurrency investment course 2017, my Bible course where I've got about 28,000 students, the most popular question I get is, Coinbase is not supported. Coinbase doesn't work in my country. Coinbase doesn't let you withdraw. Coinbase has banned UK people from, putting their bank account details on and actually registering as a user. Coinbase has rejected me. Coinbase has taken me ages to verify. But the most popular question I get is, what are the alternatives to Coinbase? Because Coinbase does not work in my country. I mean, I can go down pages of questions where people say Coinbase is an issue. And the thing is that they say, what can I do? Well, there are very few alternatives. You've got Bitstamp, and this is really a US dollar fiat exchange. You've got local bitcoins, which is more of a international one, but again, you pay, it's essentially like eBay for cryptocurrency. You could be paying a hell of a lot of money to be getting your Bitcoin. Okay, you're not going to be necessarily paying market price, but it does, it does have, sellers and buyers from all across the globe. So it's one of the only other options. If you know of any other options, guys, smash it in the comments, because I am lost for words. There's very few alternatives to Coinbase. And Coinbase itself only operates in 32 countries. There's tons of countries. It's available in my country, apparently, although somebody said to me today that they wouldn't let him verify himself because he's got a UK bank account, so I don't know. So they only operate in 34 countries. They put Asia, but really it's just Singapore. Australia they operate in. A lot of Europe, a lot of European countries there, and then North America. So north of America and Canada. So what about all the other countries, peeps? What about all the other hundreds of countries? No one gets that. And the thing is that because cryptocurrency is now opening up to the masses, this harms people's ability to get into the game. They have to go to something like local bitcoins to get their hands on some damn Bitcoin and then send it over to an exchange and be able to buy altcoins or be able to send it to a wallet to hold it. So Coinbase is a huge issue at the moment. So let's talk more about this, because it's very, very important, because as cryptocurrency gets more opened up to the masses, it puts increased importance on there being more service providers or a better service provider, and for people to really know what's the state of affairs with Coinbase. So let me now go through, I suppose, the features of Coinbase so that you know really what it is you get with Coinbase. So Coinbase is fundamentally a fiat gateway. Okay, so it allows you to exchange your normal currency into cryptocurrency. This is essentially the bridge that gets normal people, the people out there that are used to using fiat currency and everything, to get into the cryptocurrency game. In my cryptocurrency course, this is the only method I can really prescribe because, you know, it's certainly one of the most basic and probably one of the best interfaces, but it's limited in terms of where you can actually access it. So as I said, these are the main regions by which you can use the fiat gateway. So it's very limited in its coverage. Now, in terms of what you can buy on Coinbase, you've got 4 cryptocurrencies, okay? 4. Now, admittedly, you've got the 3 kind of main ones when it comes to markets, okay? So Bitcoin markets, there's a ton of cryptocurrencies, altcoins that you can buy with Bitcoin, a ton you can buy with Ethereum, and even more and more as Litecoin grows that you can buy with Litecoin. And I imagine that as Bitcoin Cash grows and becomes an alternative to Bitcoin or an efficiency to Bitcoin, there's going to be more markets emerging for Bitcoin Cash. But these are the only 4. Considering that Coinbase has been around 6 whole years, this is all you can buy, which means that you have to put your money on an exchange to buy an altcoin. There is no way of just literally exchanging fiat for a cryptocurrency that you actually want and sending it to a wallet. That does not apply. You have to send it to an exchange. You need to use a third party. So it's limited in what you can actually buy. Of course, it's got Bitcoin, which is the #1, but ultimately it's limited. If you wanted to buy Power Ledger, if you wanted to buy Ethos or something, you would have to go through one of the main buying cryptocurrencies to do it and go to an exchange. So high transaction fees. This is probably the biggest pain point of Coinbase. This is the one that really pisses people off. I hate to use the language, but it does. It really does irritate the hell out of people because, you know, you've done all the hard work. You've kind of got, you've worked hard to get your fiat currency, then you exchange it for Bitcoin, and they just take a massive chunk off you, just like that, massive chunk. And then when it comes to actually sending it over to an exchange, you've got to pay another fee, another big fee. Then when you send it from the exchange back to Coinbase to cash out, another big fee. So essentially you're just getting smashed every flipping time with Coinbase. Very high transaction fees. There are transaction fees with most platforms, so don't get me wrong, there's hardly any free solutions out there. But there's a difference between paying a small transaction fee like you would pay with Binance, for instance, to a huge transaction fee that you would pay with Coinbase. So when it comes to buying and selling, there's high transaction fees and also sending. What is Coinbase really? At the heart of it, as well as being a fiat gateway, it's a very basic wallet. Very, very basic. Essentially, it's 2-factor authentication. There's no shapeshift. There's no swaps. There's no way of being able to use Coinbase to get other altcoins. You've really just got the 4 altcoins there, and there's absolutely no increased functionality like you would get with something like a Jax wallet. No shapeshift, no atomic swaps, nothing. It's just a basic holding wallet. And if you buy Ethereum and then realize that you actually wanted to buy Bitcoin or vice versa, then you have to send it to an exchange and turn it into the cryptocurrency you want back into your Coinbase. So you can't even, you know, if you make a mistake, if you thought to yourself, oh, I want a better Litecoin because I don't really know what it is, and, you know, I'm a newbie and I don't really get it, so I'll just get some Litecoin, and then you realise you really needed Bitcoin and you need to swap it. You can't unless you go to an exchange. So that really sucks, okay? And then you've got the transaction fees that go with that. So it's a very basic wallet. It's got a few bits of analytics. It's pretty pointless. And there's no tradable... It's not a tradable cryptocurrency in itself, you know. So Binance, they've got a coin. Qcoin, they've got a coin. And a lot of these platforms that actually have a cryptocurrency enables people to support that cryptocurrency and help the platform go up in value because they're buying the cryptocurrency and helping the cryptocurrency go up in value. Because if a cryptocurrency goes up in value, then you notice it and then you may look at the platform. So having a cryptocurrency to support the popularity of the platform is a good thing, but they don't have this in the case of Coinbase. It's just literally a platform. Literally a platform. So, Mexico. So what's the solution? Suppoman, you're great at pointing out the pain, but what is the solution? Where do we go from Coinbase? What do we do? You know, what's the viable options? Local Bitcoins or, you know, Changelly or Bitstamp? Let me tell you. Ethos. Ethos is the alternative, the end of the pain, the solution to the biggest pain in cryptocurrency. Ethos. I've spoken about this with you at length, but you will now be able to see Coinbase versus Ethos. Essentially, the IBM versus Apple, okay? Back in the, you know, kind of late 70s, well, all through the 70s and late 70s and early 80s, IBM were like the establishment. They were like the ones that controlled everything, okay? It was like a big brother situation. They had control of the market. They're a little bit like the utility business, you know, that Power Ledger is trying to disrupt. Coinbase is like the utility business. You've got to put up with it. You've got to kind of put up with what they give you and what they say. Ethos is the Apple. Apple came along in the late 70s, early 80s, and essentially stuck a big middle finger up to IBM and the establishment and said, you can do things better, there are better ways to do it, and we're going to provide you with a quality solution. You don't need to go to crappy, mechanical, boring IBM. You can come to colourful, you know, whatever it's called, counterculture Apple to get your solutions met. Okay, so why Ethos? Ethos is essentially a fiat gateway similar to Coinbase, but actually globally available. So it's available to everybody, no matter where you are, no matter where you're based, no matter what fiat you use, it's available to you. This is massive because there's currently no viable option. You've got local Bitcoins, but you've just got to pay what the seller is asking for. But with the fiat gateway, you are paying market prices for these things, and it's globally compliant as well. I mentioned the other day about the law firm partnership that they've just recently had, and that is huge in terms of making sure that they are globally compliant with the regulations, the financial regulations in each individual country, and making sure they don't fall foul of anything down the line. So this is massive. This is going to be one of their big selling points, probably one of the hugest selling points. Number 2, you are going to be able to buy, sell and swap main cryptocurrencies and all altcoins. Okay, so they are going to have almost like a shapeshift technology on there where you can essentially swap cryptocurrencies for another. They're going to have atomic swaps. The atomic swaps are available with Ethos. So you are going to be able to, on the platform, be able to swap your bought cryptocurrency with any altcoin. Okay, so if you've bought some Bitcoin with your fiat currency, you can swap it for another cryptocurrency when they've got that functionality established, which they're looking to do. So essentially, you are going to have the full range of cryptocurrency. Now, it could be the case that you want to be liquidized, I suppose, for the exchange. You know, if you want to have, you know, money, if you want to be able to afford the cryptocurrency to be able to send to the exchange, this gives you that liquidity and supports exchanges. But on platform, you don't really need to go anywhere else. Ethos is kind of like a one-stop solution that completely batters the hell out of Coinbase. So it's going to give you a full suite of purchasable cryptocurrencies. Number 3, and this is huge as well, lower transaction fees. They are going to be requiring tokens to be used to actually pay for things. Now, if the price of an Ethos token is $100, does that mean you need to have $300 worth? You need 3 tokens to put a transaction through? No. What it's going to be almost like a fixed price. Now, if the value of the tokens goes right down, then you'll need to have point something of a token, or if it goes right up, no. If it goes right down, you may need to pay 3 tokens if it's like cents. Or if it goes right up, you may need to buy just a portion of tokens to be able to do the transaction fees. So what that means is that it guarantees you low transaction fees. If the price goes up, it doesn't mean you have to pay an extortionate amount to be able to afford the transaction fees. So it takes the transaction fees right down. It's a bit like Binance. Binance, one of the reasons why I absolutely love Binance, why it has risen like a phoenix and destroying everything else in its path, like Poloniex and Bittrex, is because the user experience is really, really good. And if you have Binance tokens, you actually get discounts on a lot of the transaction fees. This works very similarly. This essentially eradicates those high transaction fees when you are buying cryptocurrency with fiat, when you are sending it to an exchange, and when you're sending it back to your bank okay, to exchange to fiat. And another thing that's really bad with Coinbase is that actually the cash out process doesn't sometimes work. At the moment, they've put like a hold on UK banks, so a lot of people can't actually cash out into their UK bank account, so they're stuck. This is going to be eradicated. Secondly, there's a demand on the token, because obviously if you need the token to be able to perform actions on the platform, it makes it in demand immediately. And there's only 277 million of those tokens. So that means that, you know, they're going to be in demand to have. Okay, which means over time, when the actual platform gets built, you will have an in-demand token. You will have what a lot of people will want in order to be able to afford the transactions that they'll be making. So it's going to be an in-demand token, peeps. So that's another reason why it's really good. But fundamentally, and this has always been my USP for Ethos, this has been the reason why I invested really early on, is because it's the most advanced, secure, and universal free wallet. Okay, so there are tons of wallets out there. There's, you know, desktop, paper, mobile, hardware. And, you know, if you want to store particular cryptocurrencies, you need to get a range of wallets. I've got a range of wallets. I've got a Neo wallet, a Jax wallet, a hardware wallet, paper wallets, a desktop wallets galore, staking wallets. I've got all of these wallets I have to maintain. Most of the time I forget they exist. And the thing is that you have to go to so many places as it stands in cryptocurrency. You need to go to, you know, Coinbase. You then need to go to an exchange. You then need to have various wallets. Okay, so there are tons of different places you have to go. Whereas with Ethos, it's just one place. And the thing is that because it's universal, it means that you can have all altcoins in there, even staking coins. And there's going to be staking functionality in the wallet, so you don't need to have it in an individual wallet, an individual desktop wallet specific to that coin to stake. There's going to be staking functionality. So this is going to be the most advanced wallet that you can get for free. And it's even going to be better than the Ledger Nano, because this actually copies a lot of the technology and schemes in the Ledger. For instance, the mnemonic phrase. So, you know, the way to back it up is with, you know, a series of words, and that is how you restore it. Okay, so if for whatever reason you lose access, you can restore it with the backup phrase. So this is going to incorporate a lot of the features of a Ledger Nano S or a Trezor, which is essentially a hardware wallet that you have to pay $50 for at the minimum. You get this all free, and you can store every altcoin, not just all the ERC20 tokens and main cryptocurrencies. This is everything. Everything. So this is what probably the biggest pain, because it allows you to just have a wallet for everything and not a wallet for some things and then other wallets and other wallets. No, eradicates it. So this is one of the big selling points of Ethos. And it's a tradable coin. Okay, so right now you can get it on, you know, well, I'll tell you in a minute where you can get it, but you can get it on the exchange. And that means that as it grows in popularity as a Coinbase killer, all the way through to actually killing Coinbase, which I don't think will take very long, because at the moment Coinbase is just not a really good value proposition for newbies. It's not really a good value proposition even for me, who's been in this game for a while. Okay, so it's just, you know, it needs to be killed off. And essentially, as this grows in popularity, to kill it off is going to increase people's investment, what people already have. I mean, if you think about Coinbase for a minute, let's just take away all the negative stuff. If Coinbase was a tradable cryptocurrency, because it's been around 6 years, because it's the main place for a fiat gateway, people would have been investing in it over the course of 6 years. As a cryptocurrency, it'd probably be a 3-4 figure cryptocurrency right now, because everybody knows Coinbase is such a big platform. It's synonymous with cryptocurrency. For a lot of people, US is one of the big buying nations of cryptocurrency, so Coinbase is very well known. So Coinbase would be a very, very expensive coin right now if it was a tradable coin. So this gives you an indication of where Ethos will and can go in the future as a fiat gateway and a universal wallet that's going to make the game so much easier for the masses and for newbies. Okay, so having a tradable coin gives it that support in popularity and just makes it go to the #1 spot. So you may have thought that was all, right? But there's more. With the platform, you've actually got full charting tools. I've taken you through this whole process, and I'll show you it again in a minute if I'm still logged in. You've got full charting tools for trading and investing. You can use all of the indicators that are normally available to you on TradingView or Coinigy, or any of the platforms. So you can essentially have it as a trading platform. You can use it to spot when to buy, when to sell, when to invest, when something's overbought, when something's oversold, etc. All of these with all of the visibility, graph visibility that you have with TradingView and Coinigy. So this is really good, particularly when it comes to this, which is the predictions platform, which is essentially where you make predictions on where a cryptocurrency price will be in a week's time, or in 2 weeks' time, or in 3 days' time. There's a predictions platform where if you get your guess right, so if it says, where do you think Steam will be in a week's time, if you guess $3.50 and you're right, you get free tokens. But you can use the charting tools to give yourself some intelligence when it comes to actually predicting the price. So you've got the charting tools generally, but you've also got the charting tools to help you earn free cryptocurrency. Then there's going to be a social aspect to Ethos in the future. There's going to be a follow and portfolio sharing functionality. So you can follow me, you can see what I'm posting, you can see my portfolio, and by me sharing my portfolio, I get rewards for opening out for other people to see. Because obviously, you know, not many people want people to see their portfolio, but there are some people whose portfolio you really want to see. Some of my whale mates, I'd love to see their portfolio, and I would pay them to see it. So in some respects, you know, this is a good way of traders and investors, people who are good at what they're talking about, to earn more money. And there's more in the social game to come. I think that there was talk of, you know, opening out, you know, people can sell courses, people can sell premium content, videos, books, all sorts of things with the social aspect. So there's just such a big platform to come. Also, another new roadmap piece for Ethos. This came out way before. This came out about way after I actually invested in them. I invested in them really for the Universal Wallet, but they've become a builder platform. Okay, like an Ethereum, like a Steam, like a Neo, where essentially you can use their software to be able to create wallets. So as cryptocurrency gets bigger and more businesses want to enable people to have wallets on their websites, essentially Ethos is going to be giving them the API to create it, the development software to be able to create that on their platform, so that they can have a wallet sitting inside their platform that can hold various cryptocurrencies to buy things on the platform. So let's say eBay, right? Let's say in the future, maybe not the too distant future as cryptocurrency is growing right now, you know, let's say they open out a whole host of cryptocurrencies that can be used as payment for various things on eBay. If you've got a wallet in there, then you just need to keep your cryptocurrency stored, and you can buy things with Litecoin, buy things with Dash, buy things with Bitcoin, because it's already in the wallet. And the thing is that Ethos are actually allowing these businesses to create wallets, and this can be applied in any niche online. So this is another big roadmap item that has enabled them to become a bigger and better version of what I first imagined for Ethos. And then lastly, in Q1 is going to be the first release of their mobile wallet. This is going to be a major release, and it's literally just months off. At the moment, they are working on the all of the functionality. I've seen it in their development updates. They're currently working on a lot of the functionality that you really need to get signed up and everything. So this is kind of what it looks like. Now look at this interface. Now this looks incredible. Now contrast this with Coinbase. If you've got the Coinbase app, it's just blue and it's boring. Okay, and there's very little in the way of analytics on there. It's just the most basic app ever. Look at this. This is like a first version of the app. This is probably fundamentally what you will see as a user. And you've got to admit, this is almost like an Instagram of cryptocurrency. Okay, there's color there, it's vibrant, and it's just beautiful to look at. Look at that. I mean, that looks amazing. And this is like a first version. And this is really appealing to the masses because you look at it and it's just very simply presented. You know, you can see how much you hold. It's a bit like Blockfolio meets Coinbase. Okay, you know exactly what's in your wallet. You can see the movement of the cryptocurrency. You can see the percentage that you have. You can do diversification, you know, modeling on it. There's so much about this basic wallet that's coming, well, not basic, first version of this wallet that's coming out in literally a couple of months. I can't wait, personally. I can't wait. But really, the time is now if you really want to benefit from that. So where can you buy Ethos. You could buy Ethos on Binance, which is ultimately the best exchange I use. I don't even use Bittrex. I've flushed out my Bittrex. Most of my wallet is off there now. I don't really use it. I use Binance. I love Binance. Such a good exchange. And of course you can buy Ethos on there. But it comes up as, I'm not sure if it still comes up as BQX. It was a few days ago. You can get it on Coin Exchange. This was where I initially got, well, after ICO, I've been constantly accumulating Ethos across the course of time. And Coin Exchange is the one place where I do get it, okay? Where I was getting it before it got listed on Binance when it won the community vote. And that gives you an indication. It was up against some big powerhouse names. It was up against Stratis, it was up against OMG, and it still came through to be listed on Binance, despite having even Verge on there. So it just goes to show, really, how big a community is behind Ethos now and where this could potentially go. And also you can get it on some of the minor exchanges like HitBTC, Ether Delta, and Livecoin. So there we are. And peeps, the thing is, the remarkable thing with Ethos is that it's so cheap. $1.95. When you consider that this could easily get into the 3 figures, I personally think this can go into the 4 figures in time. Okay, I'm not necessarily saying it's going to happen in 3 years, but I do think this is going to hit the 4-figure club eventually, simply because this is such a huge pain in cryptocurrency that this solves that pain and brings the masses. And because of that mass effect or mass appeal, I think that this is going to it's just going to rocket ship Ethos into the stratosphere in the future, and it's going to render 195 a pathetic amount, okay? And the supply is really good. This is like my sweet spot, okay? Low 9 figures, because this ensures great volatility. And so you can see over the course of time, this has maintained a good value. And it was recently rebranded for having been Bitcoins beforehand. So guys, there we are. There we are. Marble Edge. And so this is like on Medium, they've got an update. So at the moment, this December 20th. So that's today, isn't it? Yeah, December 20th, today. We are deep into Sprint 3. That's their third part of the implementation. Completing sign up, login, introduction to Ethos, a virtual wallet. So this virtual wallet allows you to see how much you've got in each individual cryptocurrency, a watch list, so if you're actually interested in purchasing cryptocurrencies, you can have a look on a day-to-day basis, see how the price is moving, and you've got it on that one interface as well. And then there's a smart key, which I think is something that sounds really exciting. I think this is something to do with the private keys to basically protect your cryptocurrency, so and basically just secure your wallet. Okay, so some really good stuff happening, and of course this is the Bitcoins platform. This is the old Bitcoins platform. This is going to be updated for Ethos. But essentially, as you can see here, you can just select a cryptocurrency and you can do your analysis. All you have to do is select the time frame you want to look at. You can view it in candles, you can view it in bars, you can view it as a line, you can view it as an area, and then you've got all the indicators. You've got the moving average, exponential one, relative strength index, Bollinger Bands, MACDs. They're going to be also having Fibonacci retracement. They're going to add all of this in. Okay, and then you've also got, well, you've got the wallet that's coming up soon. You've got predictions as well. This is where you could essentially predict the prices. And I've done really well in predictions before. I've won some contests. So I've won 1, 2, 3, 4 contests. So there we are, peeps. So this is the potential future of for the masses. This is where the masses are going to be able to come in order to buy their cryptocurrencies, in order to protect their cryptocurrencies. No longer are they going to need Coinbase and then a Ledger Nano, because all of it will be condensed into an Ethos wallet. So there we are, peeps. Smash up the likes. Let's have a look and see what you guys are saying. All of it will be condensed into... at least I know that I'm being heard quite nicely. 432 likes out of 1,700 people watching. Smash the likes, peeps. Let's see what you guys are saying. Also, guys, smash the subscribe button if you haven't already, and be in Team Suppoman now. Over 72,000 people. Update us on ClearPoll. ClearPoll's going on Qcoin today, I believe. Any good questions? Oh, my son's online. He's actually in the other room watching. He's finished school for Christmas. Do you hold Verge? I do hold Verge, yes. I do hold Verge, yes. I got some at 0.003. Actually, let's have a look and see what Verge is now. A lot of people have said, why has Verge gone up? The reason why Verge has gone up is because John McAfee the other day... Oh, bloody hell! What? That is unbelievable! That is amazing. 13 cents? Look! Look at that growth! Wow! That is stupendous! I'm going to have to check out my portfolio. But anyway, yes, so there we are. Will Ethos take fiat? Yes! That was, of course, one of my main points, man. Where were you? Could Ethos be a co-vesting killer? No, because co-vesting is more about like getting traders and copying traders. This is different. This is actually just for traders to do their own business. But of course they could use it as a tool, but instead of using Coinergy or whatever. So it could be helpful. Security. Well, as I said, this is going to have very similar features. This is why it's taken about a year from from creating the company to the first release, is because they are locking down the technology. I cannot even begin to tell you how important it is that they get the wallet right. If there is one issue, it could smash Ethos down to the ground. It could make it the next Confido, where it went from, being really valuable to all of a sudden just being a massive flop, a disaster. And if they get their biggest product wrong, then it's going to be a disaster. So the security is something they are tying down right now. If it's not secure, then it's bad news. So they won't dare release anything that's not, going to... Thanks, Tracy. Supo Kid say hello, Dad. Hi, Supo Kid. So yeah, so Ethos is going to be high quality, peeps. High quality. Bread. Bread does not even compare, peeps. Bread is like a mobile Coinbase. It's not a lot different. They have got a pretty good team, but the breadth of the actual platform is just not there. The building element is just not there. There's so much that's not there. So Bread is not even a competitor. And of course, there's been some bad press around Bread. So I wouldn't touch it personally. Icon's going from strength to strength. Let's have a look and see how Icon's doing. Last I had a look, it was about $2. It's still $2. So there's a lot of people expecting this to moon shortly. So watch this space, peeps. Watch this space. Cash. I've given my opinion on Cash in a few episodes ago. Will Ethos have a credit card option? Yes, of course it will. It's going to allow you to buy fiat currency with your cards. Yeah. So you'll be able to, I believe you will be able to anyway. Bcash prediction. Good question. That is a good question. I appreciate good questions, peeps. Let me know if you've got a good question rather than just simply saying, oh, this funfair, Omisco, this shite. So Bitcoin Cash. Wow. Look at that, 63%. 66%. I think that Bitcoin Cash is going to have a little bit of a will they, won't they replace Bitcoin battle over the course of 2018. I think that Bitcoin will continue to be the kind of flagship cryptocurrency, and because of that, it will always have the brand name. I think that what happens is that cryptocurrency is about perceived value. We've spoken about this before. It's about what you perceive as valuable, not what's actually valuable, okay? And Bitcoin carries with it a hell of a lot of perceived value. It is the biggest name in cryptocurrency, and it always will be the biggest name. Bitcoin Cash may be seen as an efficiency, but it won't ever be seen as the rule. It will never be seen as the number one. So Bitcoin Cash is... And I said this a couple of weeks ago. I said, guys, as much as I hate to say it, take a position on Bitcoin Cash because I think it's going to go up. I didn't have any insider knowledge on Bitcoin Cash going on to, yeah, I'm doing a Charlie Lee here. I had no insider knowledge, but I did think the big moves were coming. And they as I said, they're starting. And this is a mission. This is a cause. This is a group of people trying to overtake the master, and they are not going to stop. So, you know, this is going to be interesting. I think that over 2018, this is going to be easily probably surpass where Bitcoin is now in 2018. So, you know, so you may say Suppoman is now a good time to buy. Well, at the moment, it's you know, it's benefiting from its inclusion onto Coinbase. So a lot of people are now getting that perceived value in their head and seeing, right, okay, Bitcoin Cash is now more of a force than we thought it was about 3 months ago. Now it's getting serious. So, you know, it's just going to continue developing that, and it's going to develop it in a lot of people's minds. And people are essentially going to be supporting Bitcoin Cash because they see it as something that can be used by more businesses because the transactions are quicker and cheaper, and essentially does rids a lot of the problems that Bitcoin has, a lot in the way that Cardano and Ethos is doing for Ethereum. So I think that Bitcoin Cash will probably be 20 grand this time next year, if not more. Power Ledger, how is Gemma? Gemma's busy. Gemma's very, very busy. Right, anyway, carrying on. The questions are coming out too fast. What's the link to this page? What, CoinMarketCap? I don't know. It's coinmarketcap.com. Can co-vesting compete with eToro? I don't really like eToro, so I think it's probably got more of a chance. Especially as they've got a coin in there as well. I just saw Suppokid making a comment and I completely missed it. I haven't looked at Datum, so look up. I think Box Mining did a review on that, so look at Box Mining's opinion if you want to know one. Ethos is effing awesome. We'll be able to use it end of Q1, peeps. I'm going to have it on my new iPhone. I am going to be able to look at it on a daily basis and literally just be salivating all over my mobile at how beautiful the flipping interface is. I mean, if we have a look at Ethos, let's just go to the website. Ethos have this really colourful, really beautiful, like Instagram-esque colour scheme. Really love it, and I love the colour of this logo. It's insane. Insane in the membrane. Come on! Insane in the brain. Yeah, look at this, man. Look at it. Unbelievable. Pleasure overload. Pleasure overload. Right. What was the question? God. There's so many questions. So many questions. If you want to be seen, for sure, do a super chat. You don't have to make it very much, but just I do a super chat if you really want me to answer your question. God damn, so many questions. Could ADA compete with Bitcoin? No. ADA is meant to compete with Ethereum, not Bitcoin. Predictions on ClearPoll. I made a prediction in the ClearPoll video, so check that out. Carl from Pivex has joined the Neutron team. Interesting. Super, I love Ethos, but can it substitute for a cold wallet? Yes. Yes, peeps. I mean, of course. I mean, look at PayPal. Do you know how much money people have in PayPal? You don't need to have a USB stick device to hold your money. As long as it's secure. The thing about a hardware wallet is that it's secure because the private keys are in the device. Now, with Ethos, the hardware key is in some way going to be within the mobile. I don't know how. Guys, I don't know because they haven't revealed this. But it's going to be really super technology. So there we are. So I can't do slow chat. Otherwise, you know, poor people at the bottom in real time. IOTA prediction. Ugh, I don't want to talk about IOTA. I never invested in IOTA, so... I invested in Genesis Vision. They are really high now, around $7. What's your prediction? That was a super chat, so thank you very much. Vincent. Genesis. What did Genesis sing? Can't even remember. Wasn't Every Breath You Take. I was schooled on that. 778, peeps. I told you this would go up simply because that circulating supply is just ridiculous. It's so low. Low 7 figures, peeps. So easy to move the price up if it gets investment. And it's got 4 million. So, you know, that just gives you an indication of like the daily volume. So I'm not surprised this will go up. Where do I think they're going to be at? I don't know. This time next year, I think this will be... It all depends, really, on if it gets surpassed by something like co-vesting. It will have competition. And it may be usurped by newer technology. So, very difficult to say. Very difficult to say. It's just plucking a figure out of the air, peeps, at the end of the day. It's not... You know, if I say $50, don't take me on it, because it may be more. It could be less. Could be $500. The rate that money is coming into cryptocurrency right now, if you do your marketing correctly, peeps, if you're a cryptocurrency company and you do your marketing correctly, then you can stay current when people are pumping in the money. And that's what you need to be. You need to be top of mind when people are pumping in the money. Somebody said, have a look at Accelerator. I assume you mean the Accelerator network. Flipping hell. Look at that supply. That's even less than Internext. 293,000. Congratulations. And this is actually a lot less. 684. So this is roughly half the price that it was at its peak. Actually, no, his peak was over here. 8. Flipping out. 877. Nice. Nice. I don't even know what these guys do. Let's have a look at the Accelerator network. This is not... Don't even know what they do. Oh, yeah, I do know. Mining facility in the USA. Born in the USA and... Right, I think that's it, peeps. I only meant to be on here for a very short amount of time, and in the end, I've ended up being here forever. What is this Udemy? Look at Unified. Don't know what the fuck you're talking about. LA token. Yes. LA token. Let's have a look at LA token. I haven't looked at LA token in a long time. I never invested in it. LA token. Last I looked, it was like 19 cents. 31 cents. Cool. Well done, LA token. This is the one that allows you to essentially like use your cryptocurrency to invest in like portions of assets like Apple stock or Coca-Cola stock or stuff like that. Houses, things that appreciate in value. So I like that. I do like the idea. There were just so many top ICOs at the time. Right, that's it, peeps. I think that's too many I've already covered. Somebody just said, somebody just asked Cardano price prediction. I've already predicted Cardano will go to $5, maybe $10 at a push. It all depends, really, on what they do over the course of next year. Next year is going to be a big year, peeps, for Cardano. So if you're looking at it now and thinking, oh my God, that's just way too expensive, believe me that Cardano is going to be a huge force next year. It's going to be over $1 in the not too distant future, and it's going to keep progressing towards $5, if not more. So there we are. But at the end of the day, guys, I think that the best asset that you can get involved in today is Ethos. Ethos is gold. This is the most golden platform that is going to be released in cryptocurrency, and I can't imagine anything being better than this. This is my number one. People say, Suppoman, what do you think is the next Ethos? What is the next one that's going to be so valuable in the future? And the honest answer is, I don't know, because Ethos is one of those. It's like Madonna. You know, there are very few artists that are kind of like Madonna, Michael Jackson, Frank Sinatra. These kind of artists come along once a decade or once every 2 decades. Yeah, and it's the same with cryptocurrencies. It will take a very special cryptocurrency to even compare with Ethos. That's my own two sats. That's my 2 cents on the matter. That's it, peeps. That is it. There's so many bloody thingies. Let's see how Viewly's doing. I haven't had a look at Viewly in quite a while. Is it even still around? Yeah, it should still be around. 1.8 cents. Congratulations. There we are, peeps. I think that's it. That's it. What value does the token add? Well, you need it to do the activities and actions on the platform. That's really what it is. That makes it in demand. Look back over the damn video, peeps. Jesus. Thought was someone there.
There is.
Oh, hello. Come here then. Come here then. Well, take your tie off. Take your tie off.
Oh, Jesus.
Can't have you being identified.
Oh, yeah.
Can't have you being identified. It's like saying, yeah, look, target me. Digibite is the new thing. Oh, look, check out Mr. Harry Potter here. This is Harry Potter. So let's have a look and see how... What did you think of this stream?
Good, I've watched it, but my phone died, so I had to come in here.
Oh, is that why you were listening?
Yeah.
Funny kid. So you've not mentioned the most important thing about a wallet, security. I have mentioned it, peeps. I've got to look back over the video. It is going to have it's going to have... I'm not in the team. This is what people think. People think, oh, Superman, you work for Ethos. You know insider. I don't know anything insider. I do have some spies. I do get to know things, but it doesn't necessarily mean that I work with the team. So, you know, I don't know really what the technology will consist of. All I do know is that the technology is going to be so secure that if there is such an issue, it could damage Ethos. It could put it right to the ground. Digibite, leave Digibite alone. Digibite's a pile of crap. I don't agree with John McAfee about Digibite. Digibite's a pile of shite. Simple as. Right, that's it, peeps. That's it. Too many questions now, and I am out of time. You're out of touch. I'm out of time.
Put the cat in for a family picture.
Oh! Don't know where the cat is.
She's outside.
Oh, is she? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, well, we got to go now, peeps. So thank you for joining us today. Look at that market cap. Still going from strength to strength. 630 billion. Savage, Wonga. Savage. Somebody's just said Ven is booming. VE chain. This is what me and Box Mining were covering the other day. It's not booming, you twazzock.
It's gone down.
Isn't it? What are people in this stream?
Sometimes can be very retarded. Power plus Tesla, is it true?
Well, it's true in the sense that I may use my power ledger to buy a Tesla, but other than that, probably not. Harry, what do you think?
What?
Tesla or Lambo?
Tesla.
Tesla or an Evoque?
Tesla.
Tesla. Yeah. Is there any better? Is there a better alternative to a Tesla for me?
Not really.
Not really. Okay. Well, the boy genius has spoken. That's it, peeps. That's it. So, ta very much. It's bye from me. Bye from
Super Kids.
If you haven't checked out our little walk and talk in Reading, make sure you do, because that was flipping awesome.
Old classic Cadillac.
Do you like Bankera? Yeah, I've got 400,000 Bankera tokens.
It's not my birthday. They always say that every stream.
I know.
Keep seeing every stream. Happy birthday, Supo.
Really?
Well, it's not your
They say it to me. Yeah, they do. Smash up the like, Supo kid.
have to hide logo.
Right, so dab on them haters, will you? Oh. Right, peeps. Thank you very much for joining us today in this live episode of Savage Cash.
Here
And
with me,
we will see you next time. It's lights out.
All out.